Hello, welcome to Sowing the Word Ministries and Conversations about Marriage. My name is Charles Perkins, and the title of this message is, There is a Man Who Loves. There is a man who loves his wife. Yes, there is such a man. You wouldn't know it by how men are portrayed in the mass media, but he really does exist. Married men are usually portrayed as stupid, bumbling fools at best, and cheaters, wife-beaters, and murderers at worst. If they happen to be ministers, they also usually doubt their faith and are harsh and unloving. If they happen to be black, they will do most of the above. If they happen to be black ministers, they'll do all of the above. People watch these stereotypes over and over again until it's expected of men to be like that in real life. No one is surprised when the married minister runs off with the church money and the church secretary. Are there any good men out there? It's almost a mantra now. One of the reasons I decided to start posting these blogs was to reassure people that there are men who truly do love their wives. I'm one of them, but there are many, many, many more like me. Don't allow the negative images of married men to frighten you away from a life of love. I know men of all races, occupations, and all walks of life who are truly good husbands. I happen to be black. I also happen to be a Christian minister. I am a man who was there during the early years when love was new. When our love was new, my wife would ask the question, "Do you love me?" Now, new love, while exciting, is uncertain. It hasn't stood the test of time, so the question, "Do you love me?" was a valid one. But I'm also a man who stayed the course through the tough times to get back to the good times and to move on to the great times. I'm still here. And now love is old. Old love is so much better than new love. The question, "Do you love me?" is not an issue anymore. She knows that I'm still in love with her, and I know that she's still in love with me. We don't have to question our love anymore. We just enjoy it. Yes, there's a man who spends every day falling in love with his wife. There is a man, a minister, who loves God with his whole heart, mind, and soul. A man who, through his love for the Lord, has learned to love his wife unconditionally. There is a man, a black man who's not threatened by his wife's accomplishments, but rather encourages her to be all she wants to be. After all these years, there's a man who loves his wife, whose love for his wife is still growing. There is a man who loves his wife more than ever. I want you to know that there is a man whose wife still feels beautiful when he looks at her. A man whose wife still feels desired by him more than ever. In the movies, all you basically see are black men who are hustlers, cheaters, players, and gamers. You see men who are afraid to commit. You see men who are afraid of marriage because they fear they might miss out on the next best thing that comes along. In other words, you see a long list of stupid, selfish, unsure of themselves boys. I mean men. But I want you to know that in real life, there is a man, a black man, who loves his wife. There's a man who's committed to that love to the end. In the movies, you see ministers being portrayed as foolish, uncertain of their faith, in hard times, cheaters, thieves, cultists, and worse. But in real life, there's a man who truly loves the Lord, who understands what it means to be a biblical Christian. There is a man, a black minister, who is truly surrendered to the Lord and committed to serving him. Yes, there is such a man. I am that man. I'm just one of a great many men who love God and love their wives. I'm not unique by any means. We don't get much press, but we do exist. There's a man who can look at his wife and say, after all these years, I'm still so very much in love with you.